Let you guys know that we have a special guest here live in studio on Undefined Radio. Miss Estelle Roberts has joined us. Thank you for coming in here, getting up this early in the morning to come down here and sit in here with me. Bless your hearts.
Thank you for having me.
Let me. I want to make sure I've got you on the right mic over there. I think I've got you now. Okay, but anyway, we've got a lot to talk about this morning because you guys have something going on that is pretty exciting stuff, and we'll talk about the raffle that's coming up, and I'll give them details about that here in just a moment. But you guys are wild again in Mississippi, rescue and rehabilitation, right?
We are.
Okay, am I saying it right?
Yes, you are.
But it's this is something I don't know a whole lot about you guys. But I talked to Billy. Billy Elmore's the one that hooked us up, and so I talked to him some. But I did want to get some of the lowdown about you guys and what you do, and what all is going on with Wild Again in Mississippi, because this is something that I think a lot of folks would like to get behind, including my son. He's kind of a critter guy. So.
Awesome.
But what is Wild Again in Mississippi?
We rescue and rehabilitate indigenous mammals, orphaned and abandoned, injured, that are indigenous to Mississippi.
Okay.
We only do mammals, and
well, they are the cuddly ones, right?
They are. They are.
And speaking
They're
of, you
special
said
to
just
us.
a minute ago that just before we got into the news that y'all have a new addition right now.
We do. We're really excited. We got our first baby bobcat about 3 weeks ago, and we just got our second baby bobcat 2 days ago.
It's exciting. Now, I said something kind of off the cuff when you brought that up. It's a baby bobcat. I mean, that adds kind of a level of difficulty for what you guys do, because these are wild animals you're talking about.
They are, but that's what we do. We've all been trained for what we do for each specific animal, and that is a good point you're bringing up, because there are so many people that when they do find a wild baby animal, whether it be a squirrel or a raccoon, they think initially, oh, how cute, I'm going to keep this baby animal, and that initially... yes, these baby animals are really cute, but they require specific care. And like I said, we're all trained to care for these animals. And when somebody keeps them that they aren't trained, they're not going to feed it properly. More than likely, it may need medical attention. And when they do keep it, what they will find later on is that these babies grow up. And that's when I get a call saying, I've got this squirrel that's tearing up my house, or I've got this raccoon that's trying to bite me. And that's when it becomes difficult for us.
Yeah, it gets interesting one time. We've tried that before, and they do grow up.
They do. So when somebody finds a baby animal, whether it be just abandoned or injured, that's when they need to find a trained rehabber. And you can find us on the internet very easily. If you just type in wildlife rehabber in your state, it will pop up immediathere
So somebody just types in wildlife rehabber and
in Mississippi.
Okay.
Right.
Wonderful. Okay. So where are you guys? Where are y'all located?
We are in Tallahatchie County.
Yeah.
In Enid, Mississippi. That's where our base is. But I have rehabbers all over the state of Mississippi.
Yeah.
From Greenville all the way to DeSoto County.
Okay.
From Corinth to Tunica. So if you call me, I can more than likely find a rehabber that is close to you.
Yeah, okay. So that somebody doesn't have to worry about transporting this animal across the state if they it's going to be somebody close. Okay, well that's
the beauty
handy.
of our facility. We do have quite a number of rehabbers.
Wow, that's exciting stuff. That means you guys have a ton of animals all over the state.
We do. I'm glad you mentioned that, because we have taken in close to 600 animals since February.
Since February?
Since February.
Wow.
Yeah, we have almost doubled since last year. We were established in 2020, and since that time, God has blessed us in incredible ways. We have doubled in volunteers, and this year we have doubled in our intake of mammals. So we continue to grow.
Well, one thing, and that kind of brings us to why you and I are talking here, because caring for and you talked about medical attention. Some of these animals are going to require certain type of restraints or cages to be in, because this is not cheap to do any of this stuff, right?
It's not. It is definitely not. And like I said, we are all volunteers. We do not get any support or money from the government, although they do provide all of our rules.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure they're glad to do that.
yes. And in this going in this direction.
Yeah.
We gladly accept donations from the public, and that is the only way that we can survive and help these animals. So if you are an animal lover, we in donations in cages or supplies or anything in that manner, or monetary donations.
Well, I mean, all that's necessary. That's kind of what we're looking at today, because what brought my attention to you guys is Billy contacted me. Y'all are doing a raffle right now.
We are.
To raise money for Wild Again Rescue and Rehabilitation. Now, this is going on right now. I'll give you the details again here in just a moment, everybody. But it's y'all are raffling off a gun. It's a Ruger American bolt action chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor, a very much sought after firearm. It is, but and a box of ammunition too. The drawing is going to be December the 1st at noon, and they can get tickets at Batesville Gun and Pawn Shop right now. So they can go by there and get tickets for the giveaway that's coming up on December the 1st. It is for a Ruger American bolt action chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor and a box of ammunition too. So. But yeah, a lot of folks want that. And tickets are only $5 each.
$5.
$5 per ticket, and that's it. So, and gun raffles. A lot of people around here are used to having these, and they're looking around for them. So hopefully, you guys see this. Head over to the Batesville Gun and Pawn Shop and get your tickets on this Creedmoor. It's going to be raffled off on the 1st of December, and more importantly, you're helping out Wild Again Rescue and Rehabilitation. So. And the drawing again is going to be on December the 1st. Get your tickets before then. But you guys, now I do have a question about, because as I'm kind of a critter guy too. I told you my son is, and he gets it honest. But and we've always had animals ever since I was little. I've had dogs, all kind of pets or whatever. But when you guys are rehabbing these animals, they're wild animals and stuff, is the goal to release these animals once they're healthy again and grown enough to get out?
Our name being Wild Again in Mississippi Rescue, that is our complete goal.
Yeah.
Yes. We rescue, rehab, and release.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Now I understand that can be kind of dicey sometimes depending on the animal that you're talking about. But I mean, what are some of the animals you guys have that are a little maybe can be a little on the dangerous side to release? I mean, you mentioned bobcats, but
yes, we had a bobcat last year. Her name was Cecilia, and if you're interested in that release, we have a beautiful video of her release on our Facebook page, which is Wild Again in Mississippi Rescue. And if you would go to our page and like it and share it, because I always say the more people that know about our Facebook page, the more animals we can save.
Exactly.
We also have a web page that gives a wealth of knowledge about our facility. There's some educational information there. And if I can also put a plug in, we are having a educational, what would you call it? Educational,
like a seminar kind of thing
seminar,
for folks?
It's for children at the public library this Saturday at 12 noon. Vicki Wolf is our educational director, and it will be awesome time for the children. She's going to have a story time, and she's going to be talking about paw prints of animals, and they get to make their own paw prints, and it'll be a fun time for them. We're going to start doing these educational programs. Program is the word I was looking for. And they'll have a great time. It is free. Yeah. So
what time is it? This Saturday, October 6th. So if anybody sees this video later, Facebook video is going to stick around for a while.
Right.
But it's this this Saturday, October 16th.
16th at 12 noon.
12 noon.
Right.
Okay.
Bring your children out. It'll be a great time. It's going to be conducted outside. So.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
It is.
And it sounds like kind of messy, too, with them making their own.
It shouldn't be so bad. It's just with clay. So,
Okay.
yeah, it'll be with clay. So,
Don't tell them it's not going to be bad. The kids want it to be dirty. So, yeah. Oh, man. But you guys, this
raffle is really important to us because we are really trying to raise enough money to build an educational and training building, and that's our goal, because we have so many people that want to be volunteers. And in this building, we can have our educational programs for programs like this where people can come, and we can do our training programs. And there's so many things that we could use this building for.
Oh, yeah.
For the public. And we've got so many grand ideas, for our property to have some trails eventually. And we're just really, really excited about what we can do for conservation for Mississippi. And
yeah, well, I mean, you're talking about if you have a building and stuff too, you can have a more controlled environment, healthier environment for the animals as well, and that may aid in some of the releases too. Kind of get them used to getting out of those.
We're always looking forward to do better for everything that we do.
So I just pulled up your Facebook page and liked it there, and
I just put our new baby bobcat on there, so go and check that out. She doesn't have a name yet, so we're going to have a contest to name our new baby bobcat, because we do have to raise some money for her, because bobcats are very expensive. They eat a lot of meat. So the meat costs a good bit of money too. So we're going to have 3 names on there, and to be a supporter of her, you can choose one of the names.
We'll see if they can pick her up on the camera up here, because that face is, look at there.
Yeah.
There's her face right there. She needs a name.
She needs a name. Like I said, we're going to have 3 names. And you get to choose a name. To choose a name, it'll be $25 to vote on your name, and then at the end,
of course, you're going to vote on your own.
Well, we'll have 3 names. The finder gets to choose a name. The facility gets to choose a name, and all my volunteers get together and choose a name. So as soon as we get those names chosen, I'll post that, and then all of our followers get to vote on the names, and then after 2 weeks we will post the winner.
Wow. And I encourage everybody, go to their Facebook page and like it there. I mean, we're talking, so I can't really look at it closely, but just scrolling up and down, and I invite all you guys to go. It's Wild Again in Mississippi, and like their Facebook page right there. And while we're sitting here talking, just so you know, because these people have no constraints out there, apparently. My Scoutmaster, my boys in Boy Scouts, Scoutmaster's already texted me, it should be a great program for the boys to see. It's like, yeah, Jim, you could tell me later, but right now it's okay, too.
I have had Boy Scouts to come out and do volunteers for badges.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So contact me if you're interested. Fun. We have lots of volunteer hours for Boy Scouts.
Man, that'd be so much fun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We've taken in animals from tiny little mice. People will rescue. Yes, people have hearts of gold for animals.
Oh, yeah.
Baby chipmunks. I mean, squirrels, raccoons, possums, coyotes, fox, like you said, bobcats. Yeah. Anything that is a mammal that we do rescue.
Anytime anybody sees the little babies out there that got abandoned or fell out of a tree, and they're not, the parents, they're not going to get them back up in the nest again, kind of thing. And you're like, oh. And then the next question is, what do I do?
Right, exactly. And I have had people to drive 2 hours, from Starkville, to bring me one baby possum.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, like you said, people have a big heart for
that.
They
do. And people have big hearts for animals.
And I'm glad they do, because
I do too.
That's the thing. And these critters are special. They are. And
they're very special.
And you guys specialize in the ones indigenous to Mississippi.
Exactly.
And, we have a treasure trove. That's one reason I like living here. So, I was born and raised here. So
we are taking a lot of their habitat. So they're being confined to, smaller spaces. So for us to be a voice for them is really special.
Well, for everybody out there, so you know, how the best way to find, a couple of ways to find them. The best way is to get on the Facebook page, Wild Again in Mississippi. Look up their Facebook page and like their page, and that way you get notifications when things come across, and you'll see all the stuff. Plus, you can get involved in naming the new baby bobcat.
Yeah.
And also, the raffle that's going on right now, and you can get your tickets at Batesville Gun and Pawn Shop at in Batesville. Let me get back over to my reference list here. But it's for the Ruger bolt action 6.5 Creedmoor rifle, and a box of ammunition as well. The drawing is coming up December the 1st at 12 noon, and let's see, the gun is going to need to be picked up at Batesville Gun and Pawn Shop. They always do so great with providing this guns and stuff for everybody. It's only $5 a ticket, and the money goes to help Wild Again in Mississippi rescue and rehab for Mississippi's wild animals. Estelle Roberts, thank you so much for coming in here to talk with us for a little while.
Thank you.
And the door's open anytime you guys have something going on. You want to get out there for folks, please do let us know. Come back in here and sit down, and I'll probably be contacting you about the scout stuff too.
Okay. Well, one other thing, if I could, if someone is interested in being a volunteer, I will be having classes starting next year around March. So you can, my contact information is on our Facebook page, and we also have an Instagram page. So,
and also, and we said a minute ago, somebody finds a mammal that's abandoned or whatever the situation is. Next thing you think of, what do I do? Can't remember the name. What was the name of that thing that they talked about on the radio? You don't have to remember the name of it. Just look for wildlife rehabilitation in Mississippi, and you guys pop up. So
we do.
That way you don't have to remember everything. Just, I need to rehab this wildlife rehab. Just look that up, and you find the one in Mississippi, and it's you guys. And you said you have locations all over. So all over Mississippi. So when somebody looks it up and looks you guys up and gets in touch with y'all will have a rehabber that's somewhere close to them. So it's fantastic stuff. Thank you again for coming in here to be with us today. It's been great, and I just appreciate you so much and what you do. And folks, it's the raffle's going on right now, raising money for Wild Again in Mississippi rescue and rehab. Get your tickets. They're only $5 each. They're available at Batesville Gun and Pawn Shop, and you can get your tickets right now. The drawing is coming up on December the 1st, and I invite everybody to take part in the raffle. And good luck as far as getting the rifle. But the main thing is you're helping out Wild Again in Mississippi. So just fun times. Thanks again for coming in here. We appreciate it every time anybody comes in the studio. And good luck with the raffle, too. Thank you. We've got more coming up on Undefined Radio. We've got your forecast on